Hi, this is Brady Keith for AEP 855 Module 4. The first item we were supposed to do a little research on for this module was to find out, whether our institution was a model institution or whether we were just kind of getting started in the whole redesign process. And the answer to that with us here at Bennington High School is that we are actually a model institution in that we are a Mercury 7 school. And so in that way, the 5Rs are really a huge part of our building philosophy because we were one of the first districts around the state to start implementing some of these ideas. And so ours are a little different, but as far as some of the staples of our school that go into our philosophy and the 5Rs, the first one is student success skills. And basically that falls into relationships, that falls into relevance, rigor, and results. I mean, it falls into all of them in that, um, in order for our students to be as successful as they can, we have to build relationships with them, and we focus on that with things like we have an advisory piece where all of us have certain kids that we're in charge of as far as sitting down with them and discussing, some of their academic goals and things like that. Also, I'll skip ahead to the results thing. A big reason why we're really excited about some of these redesign principles was that we weren't really having the post-secondary success that we were wanting, and so having a basically a unified curriculum that came with the Summit platform that we implemented, that really helped us out with making sure that every kid got the exact content that they should be getting to prepare them for whether it's a 4-year college or a community college 2-year college thing, or whether they were going into Votech. We wanted to make sure that we were preparing them for anything that they wanted to go into. And also another staple of ours, I won't go into all of them, but one that I touched on a little bit earlier was the personalized learning aspect. And I think that goes into rigor, results, and relevance. In that, since we're a summit school, we're project based in our learning style, or our instruction. I mean, and and so I think with that comes with a lot of relevance because students are able to make choices a lot of times in their academics. And also, I mean, with this unified curriculum, the rigor has been really ramped up. Students are having to basically complete coursework that's more difficult than they've ever done in the past. Also, we're starting to see all kinds of results as far as our MAP scores are going up, our performance on the state assessments. We're really looking forward to seeing what those results are, and see how much we can attribute to some of the new things that we're doing. And to move on to item 2, I had a quick discussion with my principal about his leadership style. I started by asking him, he thought it was, and he immediately turned the question on me and asked me, what I thought his leadership style is. And I told him I think he's a democratic leader because he's always asking us, what we think and what our ideas are as far as what we can do to further some of these redesign principles. And he's really good about listening to our ideas. We really appreciate that. And when I turned around and asked him what he thought, and he said, he really shoots for the servant leadership style. But he said he agreed that he probably falls back on the democratic style. And I thought that was interesting because when I did some research on my own about my leadership style, those were the two I selected, were servant leadership and democratic leadership. And so we had a good discussion about how those two often walk hand in hand. And to move on to item 3 here, when I had a conversation with him, we talked about some areas for improvement. Being a smaller school district, we have around 100 kids in the high school. It puts a lot more responsibility on teachers as individuals, and so we're just in charge of more things than say your average teacher would be at a 6A school. And so with that, what I came away with, a couple things that we could improve on would be professional community for teachers and staff, and also operations and management. So it's just some of those logistical things, um, as far as giving teachers opportunities to collaborate, within the school day and finding time to do that. And so going through this redesign process, we're kind of rethinking, how we organize our day. And so we're in block scheduling, but we're always trying to figure out how we can make the most out of that block scheduling and to get really creative with it. Since like I said, we have to, since we're a smaller district. Anyway, I'm kind of running along on time here, but I hope I told you a little bit about Bennington High School. So thanks.